What's up, League? This message is only going out to people who made the playoffs. So that's us 10. And if you check the site, you know who you are. So, but anyway, I've been doing enough hollering and shouting and screaming. I ain't made no video in the last 2 weeks. Had to make the playoffs first. So, mission accomplished there. But I'm still trying to be in the money games. That's week 17. So I still got a few more wins to try to get. I wish everybody luck, except who ended up playing me. And then this first, just to make it to the regular playoffs, I gotta play Randy. So, but anyway, a couple of things regarding the money. Basically, I got some issues with some teams that I'm not gonna be able to collect any free agency money from. So, what I wanted to propose to you guys is, I know some people have spent a little bit of money on free agency, and some people have spent more money than others. But the 10 teams that are in the playoffs, here's my 2 options for you guys. 1, nobody pay any free agency money. Or, for us 10 teams, I'm only talking about the 10 teams, everybody just pay $10. That gives an additional $100. Basically, that'll put the pot where it should be, minus any free agency money. And what I mean by that is, like I said, I had some issues with a couple of the teams. Number 1, Do It Easy Mike Deasy. I never got his initial fees for him and Team Hooks. Okay, I'll explain in a minute what the issues were around that. But then you guys know at the draft as well, my friend Jason ended up drafting that team. That guy never paid me, but I'm covering his $40. But this is how it breaks down. The original pot, 16 teams times 40, is like $640. It breaks down into like a 386 split for 60 for the first place, 60, 180 something for second, and 64 for third. But what I want to do is I'll even it out. So first place will be 400, second place will be 200. Third place will be 60, or excuse me, I'll make it $70. Okay? So 400, 200, 70, 60, 30, 10 split. If you do the math, 14 times 40, I think it's like $640, and then it breaks down, or I'm just rounding up the figures. That's if we add the additional $10 per team. Okay. Because otherwise, it's just a pain in the butt trying to collect free agency money. But the situation with Mike, at the beginning of the season, Mike had a little incident. Remember, the draft was on Friday. He had a little incident like Sunday night or Monday night. He ended up getting arrested. And he was in jail for a couple of days. Now, on the way to the draft, on the way to the hall, we picked him up. We had 14 teams at the time. I was planning to go without Mike. We picked him up. I've known Mike for like 15 years. So I wanted him in my league. He's a cool cat. Ain't had no issues with him. So he was 15. Then my friend Jason got on the phone and called his friend Urban. That made 16. So that's how we ended up with 16. We was cool to roll with 14. But we ended up with 16. So he had his issues that week. Me and him got into an argument about paying the money. I know he had, had been in jail for 4 days, so he had to get his life back in order. I understood that. But it's been the whole season now, and I have not heard anything from him. We only talked a couple of times. And from my perspective, as the commissioner, he knows he owes money. He was there, him and the young man, EJ. He took his money up front. So that was $100, because we paid $10 for the hall, and $40 went to the league fee. The women never showed up. So, excuse me. So that was the situation with that money, that $100. And I'm not replacing Mike's 100. I'm sorry. I apologize to you guys. But I don't feel like, I'm not replacing that. But all the other money that was given to me, I do have. Okay? The only difference, like I said, is the free agency money. The free agency money does make a difference. But at this point in time, I don't feel like I can collect it. And I don't want to wait 3-4 weeks for people to send me $4 or $5. And situation with Jason, Sixberg, and the Motown Lions, Irvin, they only owe $40. That dude did not want to pay for that team. And it kind of pissed me off because, he claimed he played fantasy football. So from my perspective, I'm like, if you saw the team and you knew it was a garbage team, you should have just told me and Jason that, hey, I'm not going to take that team. I'm not going to play. Okay? And I would respect you as a man. But he played. and he kept, telling me throughout the season, or about the first month and a half, that I'm gonna pay, sending me text messages saying, I'm gonna pay you the $40 so you can pay your cricket bill, little bullshit like that. So I was really pissed off. It's like going in a restaurant, eating a meal, and then decide, well, I don't want to, I don't want to pay for this meal. I didn't like it, but you eat it, So he played, and then he continually said he was gonna pay. So it was $40, so I covered that 40. So like I said, if you do the math, 16 times 40 is 640, and then you break it down 60, 30, 10, you'll see what I'm saying. So like I said, if we all pay $10, which is I'm for that one, and actually 6 teams who get the bye have a better percentage chance of winning than the 4 teams, me, Randy, Dewan, and Chris, Bayside Tigers, Tyrone's brother. We are at a disadvantage. I mean, we don't have the best odds. So, but if everybody agrees to pay $10, that's the additional 100. That really replaces Mike's 100. And then there's like no really free agency money. Okay? So, and then that'll put us at 400 for first, 200 for second, and 70 for third. So let me know what you want to do. You don't have to pay the additional 10 if you don't want. It's just going to lower the pot just a little bit. But, that's the situation. I do apologize. I've ran fantasy football leagues at least 7, 8 times as a commissioner. Never had issues like this. Never, ever, ever. So I do apologize to you, but that's the situation. Alright, so let me know what you want to do. Oh yeah, also I lost my cell phone about a month ago. I got some people's numbers, like, people's number I know for a long time, like Glenn. I still got your number, Glenn. I got Tyrone, I got Terrence. Those guys work with me. I can see them. Dewan, Shaymon, Schoolboys, he works with me. So I can see, but you other guys out there, and Jay, I'm sorry, Jay not in the playoffs, but Rodrigo, Jeremy, Chris, let me know what y'all want to do. Send me a text, and tell me who it is, because I don't got you guys' number. Anybody else who I didn't mention that's in the playoffs, whose number I don't have, but everybody needs to send me a text, letting me know what they want to do as far as either yes, I'm going to pay the $10, or no. Okay? So like I said, I sincerely apologize to you guys about this situation, but, I don't feel like I need to be asking anybody for money. People know if they play, they know what the situation is. So I apologize sincerely. But that's what the deal is. So continue playing. You're going to be paid. It's just going to be a little less than what, it may have been had everybody paid up front and everybody paid all the money they owe for the free agency. But I think, under the circumstances, this is the most fair options that I can give you guys. Okay? So either pay $10 or nobody pays nothing for us to send the playoffs. Alright? Take care. Enjoy your holidays, and appreciate everybody playing. For us that was competitive this year. It was by far one of the most funnest years that I've had in fantasy football. Alright? Take care.